Then they give you their big virtue signal lie. We're trying to prevent people from dying. Yeah, okay. As tens of millions are murdered at abortion factories, and you...
Oh no, the abortion factories. They're just churning out abortions. You know, you come and you just see a long lineup coming out the other end. Just, oh man, abortions on demand. Here we go. We haven't gone down the Alex Jones rabbit hole in a while. The Jones hole. We're gonna go Jones hole in. All right. So should we give ourselves a primer? Just to refresh our refresh our minds on Jones. Sorry, I've got the military on the brain. Let's do a little quick Jones refresher, okay?
Where are we currently, in your view, as a species? Where is the planet? And this is what I want to talk about today, so you got the floor.
You're so kind.
Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins, everybody. Billy Corgan. What the fuck are you doing there, Billy Corgan? Get the fuck away.
You know, like you accept that probably 25 to 35% of the population is either asleep or doesn't want to be woken up. Yeah. When you look at an actual human being, you know what I'm saying? You know, this is what I'm feeling. I'm talking about a more collectivist concept. Okay. So
they just feel like they don't even exist.
Well, okay, so let's just be like, keep it real simple.
I don't know. I feel like this has been slightly manipulated, like a little teeny bit. I just want some raw Jones.
Total connections to selling us out, and you hear it, you see it, but then you go, this is actually real though. This is a real criminal, gangster, horrible person. You know, Bob Mueller's a murderer, right? And oh, cool, exactly. I'm fully aware of that. That'll be funny. That'll be a nice little meme. I'm like a little shrimp, a little pilot fish that goes over to a rotting carcass I found on the bottom of the ocean, and I go over with my little feelers, little pinchers, and I go.
Oh, he is objectively funny. Oh, make no mistake. Yeah, no. Alex Jones is a performer. He is. He is an entertainer. He's also one of the most wretched transphobes to ever walk the earth. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that he's both such a bad person and such a gifted entertainer. You know? If he only used his powers for something else instead of selling like all that paleo monkey skin. Anyways, let's hear what he did. I have no idea what he did to H3H3.
Hello, everybody. This is Foot General in Arms. Foot, well, not arms. That doesn't make sense. Foot, general, and feet. I mean, it's redundant. I'll work on that. Anyway, so that was my tweet. Now, here comes the misinformation. Here comes InfoWars with a whole segment about me. I swear to God, dude, their whole vibe is like they're trying to get me killed. That's why when the FBI showed up at my house, I was like, oh, it's got to be connected. I'm not saying this guy... Actually, I am. The way they show... Like, you got to see the way they cover me. It's crazy. Like, they keep showing pictures of me. They're like, this is the person to kill. So aggressive, but anyway, this guy's such a goon. Here we go. Yeah, this shit is wild, honestly. I watched it for the first time last night because I was kind of trying to save my reaction. I didn't watch the whole thing. I had to bounce when he said that he accused me of liking to post pictures of my baby's butt on Instagram. Did you see that, Dan?
Oh, yeah. Who?
It was the InfoWars guy.
Oh, it was the InfoWars guy. Got it.
I was like, oh my God. What? Everybody's
that would be scary.
When they're the topic of conversation.
The FBI showed up at your house.
Anyway, let's watch.
From false.
I'd still love to this day to have someone argue that they're pro-freedom, but also...
Yesterday, I did a collaboration with Thought Slime, where we were making fun of one of Tim Pool's guests because he had an Abraham Lincoln beard. This is much more of an Abraham Lincoln beard. This one here, like, you know, that's old Honest Abe in a suit. That's all I can see now.
They want everybody to take a vaccine.
Is it turned up on your end?
I'm maxed everywhere.
Okay, their video is just kind of quiet. I'll turn it up. Go ahead.
I'll start it over.
Okay.
I'd still love to this day to have someone argue that they're pro-freedom, but also they want everybody to take a vaccine.
Here, I'll make that argument for you right now. First of all, nobody's saying that everyone has to get a vaccine. First of all, your argument on the ground basis is flawed. You're doing a mega hyperbole. Nobody's saying that people should get mandated vaccinated. Okay.
He shows a bare baby butt.
Second of all, we don't have absolute freedom. Like, we can't go kill somebody. We can't go rob somebody. We already don't have absolute freedom. So this whole notion of freedom he's talking about, it doesn't, what do you mean by freedom? Exactly. You have to get a license to drive a car, right? You have a driver's license, dipshit? Yes.
We want freedom for the world.
You know what I mean? You have a license for your guns? Yes. Fuck face. Like, everything in our life is regulated, bro. It's not a fucking new concept. And you're already going along with the ones that you don't mind, because you don't want to drive on the road with a bunch of dipshits that don't know what they're doing. You don't want to get run over by some fucking 13-year-old kid. Should a 13-year-old be able to drive a car? No. Is that infringing on his freedom? I don't know.
He's stealing that.
But here's the riff.
Is that something that libertarians advocate for? Have they been like, we want 8-year-olds to drive cars? That's right. I want 6-year-olds with guns. A 6-year-old with a gun in a car, drinking a cold beer. That's freedom. That's freedom.
You believe in the vaccine and you believe it works so great and you get it, then why are you still worried about somebody else who's not been vaccinated?
So I'm going to say this based on absolutely no evidence. All right. This is 100% me just speaking into the ether. But these people strike me as the kind of people who go get vaccinated and like, oh yeah, please give me the science. Oh yes, medical science. Oh yes, nice, delicious. Oh, sweet science. It's so good. It sustains me. And then like right away, like, okay, now we're about to go on air. And they're like, yeah, only cowards get the vaccine. Only cowards would get the vaccination. I, as a strong American, will never take that. That's right. I'm here for you, patriots. Like that's part of the grift. It's got to be. I mean, I'm basing that on nothing, but.
This is like the caveman argument where it's like you oversimplify something so much that it's almost just willful ignorance. It's like there's so many reasons why people need to get vaccinated. And the whole conservative argument is like, if you're vaccinated, then why do you ever care if other people get vaccinated? And there's like a bajillion reasons.
And then it gets really pernicious if you're someone like Ben Stein. You know, win Ben Stein's money, the mask, that same Ben Stein. He went on InfoWars after getting, I think, Moderna. It was either Moderna or Pfizer, one of the vaccines. And then right away was like, you know, this is basically worse than getting COVID. I feel terrible. It's like, you know, it's absolutely vile what they did to my body. I can't believe this. So like, you're intentionally lying and fear mongering in order to push this narrative after you have the vaccine, after you're vaccinated. Like, that is so unbelievably cruel. Because now people are going to watch you and they're going to be like, oh shit, I shouldn't get it. Even though I'm a frontline worker, even though I'm exposed to COVID all the time.
And they choose not to acknowledge a single one. For example, the vaccination, as far as we know, it doesn't have unlimited usefulness. They say at least 6 months right now. So it's not unlimited. Number two, the biggest thing we need to worry about is we're kind of on a clock against the virus. If we don't eradicate it as soon as possible, it will continue to mutate. And the fear is that it will mutate to a point where vaccinations are no longer effective against it. And then all of a sudden you've got COVID-19 just in circulation globally like the flu. You're going to end up with millions of people dying every year globally from this new virus that we can stop right now in its tracks. Right? The other thing is that in order to protect, there's people like going through cancer and stuff like that who have compromised immune systems who cannot get.
It's sad because it's become such an ideological war now. Like, that just makes sense. It's like it's drawn the line between individualism, right? Like, it's up to you. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps, and you know that's all there is to it. And then the poor countries, they're not going to get the vaccine. We don't want to make it open source because then we wouldn't be able to make as much money. So we gotta sell it. We got to sell them and ship them, even though they need it now, because a lot of people in these poor countries that are really giant petri dishes for whether or not the mutations are going to occur.
Vaccinated. So we all have a responsibility as a fucking society. Sometimes you have to work as a society for the betterment of everybody, right? You can't just be a rugged individual all the fucking time. That's why you have a license plate on your car, right? Because we all agreed that that's a good idea to get a driver's license. Because these people can't get shots, so they're always going to be at risk. So we need to get like 70% of the population vaccinated to hit herd immunity, to protect everyone who actually can't get vaccinated because they're either going through cancer or have some other compromised immune system issue.
Or you're admitting you just want to force people You just want to tell people what to do. You just
This is the whole thing. I just want to tell people what to do. Like, to what end? Why do I fucking care what you do, dude? You're just a bully who wants to tell people what to do.
Okay, maybe I'll just watch. Maybe I'm going to go straight to the source. All right, band.video. We're going into the ether, everybody. Okay, what was it called? If vaccines work, why are vaccinated people scared of the unvaxxed? Are people scared? I feel like that's going to be a popular title. Why are people scared?
I'd still love to this day to have someone argue that they're pro-freedom, but also they want everybody to take a vaccine. But here's the riff.
Wait, the double mutant strain is already in the UK? I had heard about the double mutant strain for the first time this morning. I was like, oh no, it's got spooky words in it. Double mutant. The Maharashtra double mutant, at present dubbed a variant under the investigation by the UK, could become a variant of concern, like the UK, South African, and Brazilian variants. COVID variants first detected in India, found in UK. Shit.
If you believe in the vaccine and you believe it works so great and you get it, then why are you still worried about somebody else who's not been vaccinated? And that's the big riff in their big lie every time that they'll never address. Because you are either admitting that the vaccine doesn't work and you want us to take something that doesn't work anyway.
Yeah, just logical fallacies all over the place. But yeah, it's very clear. Everyone does need to get vaccinated in order to achieve herd immunity. It's just one of those things that we collectively as human beings have to, you know, pull up our bootstraps, rub up our arms, and then allow for the vaccine to take place. It's truly a marvel of medical science, what we've achieved on one end, and yet we're having a little bit of trouble on the distribution side of things. But it does work, obviously. I mean, the effective rates speak for themselves. I don't understand why you would posture so much on these shows, too. Scuffed Abraham Lincoln in a suit. If you're going to go on the show and spread misinformation, you know, at least have the good decency to offer me your alternative in pill form. I want the Alex Jones vaccine, all right? I know that's coming up. I guarantee you at the end of this video, there's going to be some plug.
Or you're admitting you just want to force people. You just want to tell people what to do. You just want to have a big corporate government. You just want to have a big government nanny state. And they'll never admit to either one of those things, ever, because these are dishonest.
No one's forcing you to get it, too. That's the wild thing. You could decide to get it. You could decide not to get it. You also have the freedom to talk about it and lie about it right now on the air. You have all the freedoms.
Well, these are liars. These are frauds. These are phonies. So they'll never admit that the vaccine doesn't work, and they'll never admit they're actually for big government tyranny. You and use curse words to hide their inferior intellect.
What do you... Oh my God. What is with the internet these days? Like, right-wingers cannot swear, and yet they're the ones who are like, they're censoring our words, our magical words that we love to say, and at the same time, I will not say fuck. God damn no. Oh shit, I said God. Oh, I said damn. Oh, it's happening. It's happening in real time.
Then they give you their big virtue signal lie. We're trying to prevent people from dying. Yeah, okay. As tens of millions are murdered at abortion factories, and you...
Oh no, the abortion factories. They're just churning out abortions. You know, you come and you just see a long lineup coming out the other end. Just, oh man, abortions on demand. Here we go. Goddamn factories.
Don't care about that. So sorry, that doesn't work for us. That doesn't work on us. If you don't want to get the vaccine, that's your right. Okay. But I also have a right to know that your dumbass isn't putting my family at risk at crowded events. Actually, no, you don't. That's funny. Actually, you don't have that right at all. In fact, I have that. The exact opposite is true. I have the virtue signal lie. Babies.
He's really hard to listen to. That's too bad. I wonder what Alex saw in him.
And that's when they'll go, and that's when they'll start to dabble with their totalitarianism, saying it will herd immunity, all this stuff. That big lie.
Big lie based on what? Like, you can't keep doing this. You can't be like, this is what they're doing. They're totalitarianism, and they're trying to get you all to do groupthink, and they want you all to be mind controlled with the microchips they're going to put into your bodies. But don't fall for the lie. I'm not going to dispute it, but trust me, all right? You know, you can trust me, all right? Abraham Lincoln in a suit. Come on, what's not to like and trust here?
If you're vaccinated, it shouldn't matter. And so it goes on. Whole fines. This is
I also don't understand. Maybe I just don't watch enough InfoWars anymore. What's with all these scuffed angles? It's like, okay, cut to camera 4, the one on the floor, looking up. Yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that's powerful. Now zoom out a little bit. Okay, good. Yeah, there we go.
whole fines. Almost half
Like, did you drop the fucking camera? What the fuck is this scuffed nonsense?
of Americans want vaccine passports.
Is it
So
going
44%
down?
of Americans want vaccine passports. It's probably the 44% of Americans that would identify as a leftist or a liberal or a Democrat that just love big government tyranny. They're going to vote us into big government tyranny. They're going to vote us into slavery.
Like, you gotta love that it's this side of the political aisle who on one end is like, oh yeah, the left just wants government tyranny. That's all it is. And then afterwards it's like, oh, increase our military budget. Ooh, woo. Yes, no, more money for the military. Yes, please take all of the money, military.
And it's also probably people that already have the vaccine and just want everybody else to get it so they don't feel like a schmuck, a big pharmaceutical vaccine stooge, a guinea pig, a gerbil in a worldwide experiment. Of course, that's what they are. Terror attack is going after anybody that was the case that's all.
He's just deeply, deeply hard to listen to for prolonged periods of time. How, like, I'm just saying from a business standpoint, if you were InfoWars, why would you put this on air? Like, I feel like your ratings are going to plummet.
But yeah, I'm also against the war on drugs. And
Like, Alex Jones is a showman. When he's on camera, I'm like, you know what? You're one of the most horrible human beings on the planet, but I'm going to watch this. I want to see where he's going. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. There's no way of knowing where this could go, you know, by the end of it.
And the only reason I say defund the police is just to give the left what they want. The assassination of JFK. Are they searching for the terrorists resulted in the death of dozens of people? And so that will continue. Bottom dollar. Remember the big lie?
He's actually way more tolerable if you just do like on the spot editing of what he says, just like jump all over the place.
And others are releasing the pictures. Other big lie. To see more Democrat right. We as a people, the sooner we as a nation accept that. I'm not saying we all have to agree.
Has been trained to submit.
Oh,
The
of course.
Democrat Party
Of course.
are lying to us 24/7 all day long.
Of course. Here we go. Here comes the shill, baby.
Humanity has been domesticated by and large. The population has been trained to submit. Do what you're.
Of course, you're all a bunch of dogs. Every one of you, you've been domesticated. There's only one way to unlock your true potential as wolves.
But if you study authoritarians, if you study the globalists, you understand that they reach a point where all the training is just beta, and you go into the point of being culled, being totally enslaved. And because the globalists see us as weak and see us as stupid, they are now making that move. And
You know the shady cabal of globalists. I don't have to spell it out for you. You know, they make a lot of movies. Some of them work in banks. Think you understand what's going on here. Hope the messaging is clear.
they are collapsing the third world with their economic weapons to then flood us with a third world that the UN will use as a weapon to then have us under such a crisis, under such a load, capitulate to the UN.
Oh God, immigrants.
They want us to sign.
Non-white
hoping
people.
that they will stop the flood of tens of millions of
The
refugees.
flood?
Not fleeing COVID or climate change,
No.
as the UN and Klaus Schwab are saying, and Bill Gates is saying, but fleeing the year-long lockdowns that the UN and Bill Gates ordered them to institute, or they wouldn't get more IMF and World Bank money. And
Oh,
that's
God.
why we have to really get educated about the global.
Yeah, we've come full circle here now. The IMF, the bankers, they're involved. Yep, it's a shadowy cabal. Pull out your adrenochrome, everybody. We're going deep.
Epic is one of only a handful of domain registrars that promote free speech and freedom of association.
It's one of the last ones that allowed us to be on the internet. Trust me, we've tried a lot. We say a lot of fucked up shit over here, except we can't use that word. That word is actually probably bleeped out because we don't swear. No swears.
Expanding their services. So whether you have domains or want to register a domain or want help building a website or want servers or any other
By the way, yeah, watch out for the big tech giants, the oligarchs trying to control us all. Yeah, they're trying to destroy us. We need to take them all down. Now I'm gonna advertise this domain registrar. Here we go.
other major service, they've got it all and they're expanding. And if you go to
Nice.
InfoWarsDomains.com and follow that link, you get all their services at the lowest price and 25% of your sign up for a new domain or a domain you move goes to fund the InfoWar. And then we get 5% as well for any servers or any other type of services that you get from them. So
Okay, all right, fine. All right, it worked. InfoWarsDomains.com. InfoWarsDomains.com. I'm doing it, Alex. We're on the same page here, okay? All right, let's see. Let's try Alex Jones drinks cat piss. Let's see if that's available. Available for registration. Only $8.49. That's not bad. Get a whole year of that, actually. It's not a bad price. That's pretty good. I have to use the code though, right? There was a promo code. There's a promo code InfoWars. Is that's the right one, right? I could probably buy that. I'm just gonna have to put in some of my socials here. I have to put in my credit card number, some other things, but we can definitely we can buy this. It's only $8.49. Let's continue shopping. Yeah. So I want to put in my InfoWars. Oh, nice. I can get 15% off. AlexJonesDrinksCatPiss.com. Ooh, but you want a lot of personal information. I don't know if I want to give personal information to InfoWarsDomains.com. Kind of the last place I want any information about me to be on the internet. If I'm being totally fair. Alex Jones just lost a major court supreme decision. It's going to cost him dearly. Oh no. Poor guy. Alex Jones, who had sued the families of the Sandy Hook massacre, who was sued by the families of the Sandy Hook massacre, just lost a bid to overturn the sanctions against him related to the case. The United States Supreme Court has affirmed the decision made by the Connecticut Supreme Court. Shitty. I mean, you could not try and shame the victims of an event who lost their dead kids. Like, that's probably a better course of action to take here on out. You know, just to push your weird narrative and to sell domains. I mean, that's all kind of fucked up. So you probably start doing that. Good luck. I mean, I hope this goes through, and I hope it absolutely bankrupts him, because fuck Alex Jones, and that's a really bad thing. It's like, he's bad on both ends. He's bad for the information that he puts out there, and he's also bad for his own fans. Like, the stuff that he sells them that they have to buy in order to support his entire empire, it's really bad for you. It's got like high levels of lead and shit. And it's just really overpriced as well. You're basically bankrupting your own audience and lead poisoning them. But I mean, I guess that explains the cycle. That's kind of how the whole InfoWars empire keeps going, right? Because otherwise, who would continue to do this? He keeps also trying to jump on TikTok. He'll make a TikTok account. It'll grow to like 10,000 followers and then disappear because obviously it's Alex Jones. But they keep, it's like whack-a-mole with these things. They keep popping up. Phew, this one got really big. 111,000 followers. God damn. Only alpha males can handle lead? I guess that's true. He eats his own slop. Hey, I mean, someone has to, right?
Hey, do you like movies? Do you like Serfs? Do you want movies and Serfs watching the movies? So then come over to the new channels. It's the Serfs cinema. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Can you do the thing, you know, that thumbs up and comment and all those things that help us out in the algorithm that controls every aspect of our lives? Also, if you happen to have a Facebook account, can you delete it? Like, just delete it. You should probably delete your Facebook account, because it's not a great company. But hey, if you can't do that for whatever reason, I understand. And could you also go to facebook.com/thesurftimes then, and give us a little like and a follow. We're just trying to push back against the fact that people like Ben Shapiro happen to dominate the platform entirely. And when everyone asks, why do older generations believe the things they believe? One of the problems is the majority of them on social media use Facebook. So to counter that, we're just going to be on there too now. Also, if you happen to have a union or a worker co-op or even a leftist project, podcast, website, Zoom, MySpace, it doesn't matter. We will advertise it for free on this channel. All you got to do is go to weareserfs.com and use the forms that we got there, weareserfs.com. Thanks, everybody.
To our gods, I'm Raft and Xander Corvus. We shall build golden idols in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker. Our soft, spongy flesh is yours to command. To our lords, Evan Nudie, Trevor R., Alexander Thaler, Ryan Lubin, Bisexual Black Gamer, Tofox, and Jeffrey Lamb, we proudly carry your sigils onto the battlefield. And to our Knights of the Round Table, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multi Mondi, Timothy Hart, Trevor Janis, Lemmy 101, Anthropophagic, Saren 42, Chronic to Hemphog, Kelly Kotka, The Great Pudini, Von Janny, Catherine, Radical Maniac, Ramon Acosta, Encosin, J. Fraser Cartwright, Jimmy Bignuts, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Political Puppy, Andreas Chiringuito, Zach Christensen, Nicholas Marks, Jopi, Josh Mickelson, Melissa Murphy, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, and Constance Joyce Lacheris. We tip our cap and lift our mug and salute you.